studio based in London, best known for wildly original and very fun hits like I Am Bread and Surgeon Simulator and Pigeon Simulator.
Yes,
Is that what's coming?
very
Yes,
exciting.
which is really, really cool. Love Pigeon Simulator. Bossa is a familiar face for gamers with an eye for something a bit different and a bit out there.
So today, Roberta is going to be sharing with us some of the lessons that she's learned from across her career in the games industry. She's going to be talking a little bit about her personal story and also what it took to take Bossa Studios from a blank canvas to now a multi-million-dollar company. She is a bastion of fun, resilience, integrity, and inspiration. Please go nuts for the fantastic Roberta Luca.
I love your shirt also, Roberta.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
It's going to be difficult to deliver now. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to try to put it here. So I have hands free. Can you hear me? All okay? Up and to the back? Great. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, okay, it's working. Good. How can I start? So, taking action is something that it's been very frequently required most of my life. But it's difficult to say that it's been like that since I was young. It wasn't. Recently, you would know me from, Bossa Studios, Roberta Luca, which is my new YouTube channel. And it took me a lot of courage to take action, to start those companies, to move to the UK, but also to do the little things that are required on the day-to-day. I put a kiss here because, it's about action for you to, on the day-to-day also, wake up, open your eyes and say I love you to your partner in the morning, even though you might have a really horrible bad breath. So it's all about taking action. It's all about taking action about yoga as well, which is my latest passion because I struggle so much to wake up in the morning and to have the energy to get out of bed very early, and yoga has been helping me so much. But that's me when I was a child back in Brazil, these very old pictures. As I said, it wasn't like that since the beginning of my life or my career. And I remember when I was very young and I used to go to school in the afternoon. And my mom is divorced from my dad since I was 6. And I remember I would wake up with a very loud music from her bedroom and her kind of getting ready to go to work. And I used to go to her bedroom, sit on her bed and kind of admire her, kind of picture 80s, right? So my mom was very colorful and high heels and shoulder pads and spiky gel hair. And I was looking and I was like, oh my God, this is pretty amazing. And dads were not present on the weekends. So she used to throw a lot of parties with her friends as well, who were all divorced. And then the child were around, right? So all the children were around. And I have really vivid memories of us all dancing to Rick Astley. What you do in the 80s, right? And so I had this, kind of upbringing, very normal and traditional family, nothing really special going on. And at the time that it came to decide what I wanted to do in my life in terms of career, in terms of degree, university degree, it was tough conversation at home because my mom was all about, you need to choose something that you're going to make money out of it. There was no arty discussion at home. It was it's very practical, go there and do something. And one thing that I used to do a lot, playing games, loved computers, so I might as well just go and do computer science. And I did. And I went to do computer science, I went to university, it was amazing. So one of the largest universities in Brazil, really reputable, was great. And I remember one day, probably 2 years into uni, I was in a place similar to this, more kind of a lecture type of place in uni. And I was looking at the teacher talking about coding and kind of drawing things in the board. And my mind started to go and I was just hearing blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, that's not it. That's not it. I chose wrongly. I hate coding. Oh my God, what am I gonna do now? And I remember I went back to home on that day and I talked to my mom and said, Mom, you need to help me. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's 2 years in. And then I was totally desperate. And she was like, look, how about you just finish uni and then you decide whatever you want to do, right? So at least you have a degree, and you know, in Brazil it's not really, it's difficult to get jobs, right? And just have it, and then you have something in your pocket and decide later. Okay, Mom, I'll do that. Yeah, fine. I'll persevere. And I secretly, I went back and said, I think there are some open lectures, optional lectures across uni that I could take, you know, as optional as I do the traditional degree. And I came across a lecture on entrepreneurship. And it was fascinating because I had no clue what it was all about. But I was like very curious. It was like description about business, about marketing, about people, etc. And then the first time I went there, I was, oh my God, this is fun. This is so much fun. Because it was like the guy, the teacher was, he still is a big entrepreneur in Brazil, and he was building the biggest ticketing system for cinema and theater in Brazil, a little bit like Ticketmaster here. And he was hugely inspiring, and he was all the time bringing professionals from the industry, other entrepreneurs who were starting the business, to share the stories. And I learned about business, about marketing, about human beings, not about computers only. I was like, wow, this is so cool. And I persuaded him to do something different about my end of university degree. Over there, you had, I'm not sure about how it works here, but you had to, as a computer scientist, you have to code, create like a technology system as your dissertation at the end. And I said to him, I said, George, you have to help me because I don't want to code. How about we do a business plan for a new product, a new company? I was like, okay, I'm going to try. And then he went to talk to the relevant people there in board of university, whatever. And then he comes back to me and said, okay, I can be a tutor, all fine, no worries, but you have to code just a little bit. Like your business needs to have, you know, a mini prototype of a product that exemplifies what you're going to launch in the market. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pay someone. It's like, no, don't tell this to me. No. You do whatever you want, but I'm not going to know that you're paying anyone, so it's fine. And I was already doing a lot of paid internships. So I kind of got all my savings and got one of my friends who was a brilliant coder, and I said to him, look, this all the money that I have, I know it's not a lot, but can you help me? Can you, you know, against this little money to do some coding for me? And then I present this thing and I finish this university. And I did, everything went fine, you know, good, done. And then I went to work for a company. So I did not start my company. I just got a job. I got a job, and I got a job in a very large TV broadcaster in Brazil called Globo TV. And then I got another job here, and I got another job at Nokia, the mobile phones company. And it was like, it became my life, getting jobs as opposed to starting business. And then there was a point that I moved to the UK, and I was like very intrigued to learn from my mom what was the thing that as a child I was doing over and over and over again. Because something was not connecting to me. How come I was so excited about so many things, business-wise, at uni, etc., and then in the real world, I was not that person. And I was like, there must be something that I do. Like when you're a child, you know, some people draw a lot, some people dance very well, some people are great at maths, right? And for 13 years in this country, I asked my mom 26 times, which is the amount of times that I saw her, because we see each other twice a year. And I would sit with her, Mom, you have to tell me, what did I do when I was a child? And she was, nothing. Just a little child. You're just like lovely. It's like, nothing, Mom. How come nothing? And I was like, there must be something. And last year, the end of last year, she WhatsApped me like a few days before Christmas time, and we were not seeing each other on Christmas. She said, do you have some time to talk now? I said, oh, of course, Mom. Yeah, okay, good. Called her, I said, yeah, what's up? And she was like, you know, that question that you asked me 26 times over the last 13 years, so I have something to tell you about that. Fine. Oh, Mom, she's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter? It kind of matters to me. it's like, no, hear me out. It doesn't matter. Because what really matters is the moment that you decided that when you looked around your life 13 years ago and you had a nice job, a nice salary, a network around you, your friends, your family, a nice flat in a nice area of Rio, you got married, and then you decided to leave all of this behind, pack all of your life in 2 big suitcases. They were massively big, but everything was in there, and cross the ocean to go to a different country that you could barely speak the language, and there was a totally different culture to what you've been living the whole life. That's who you are. That is it. Moms are wise. Everything connected. I was like, oh my God, okay, now everything makes sense in my life, right? And then it was like, yeah, this is it, and that's really what, let me see what's the next slide here. Yeah, that's my next point, because at that point I was like, oh, I can see now. It's like the Back to the Future. You all saw Back to the Future, right? So when Doc says, that timeline, something happens here and then it creates a totally different future, that's exactly what it did. And I was like, oh yeah, that's it. And now I'm creating a lot of other timelines and creating many, 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 many different futures. And that's a muscle. It's just a muscle. Once you do first time, and to be honest, it was really tough. I went into depression. I got here like 6 months without a job. It was really, really horrible. But once you get out of that, and once you start doing that more and more often, things start changing in your mind. And we all kind of have neuroplasticity, and we learn and we do that more and more often. And I think the most important thing is that even if I'm talking about big things, right? So I started Bossa Studios. Now it's like amazing, super proud company, super proud of the company, like 90 people all here in London making amazing games. And yeah, I get even emotional to talk about that, because it's so, like, I could never imagine I would actually build something like this. And it's all to do with the people who are around me to make something so beautiful. But I didn't stop there. I kind of started other companies. I failed a lot, so much. We're going to talk about failure a little bit in the panel. It was, I raised millions of pounds. I lost millions of pounds. I hired badly. I did well. I did badly. But I also think that when you think about big things and small things, the small things are actually really, really important for you to build this muscle. So the next time you are like in a meeting that you disagree with someone, speak up. No, the risk is that someone's going to be upset with you. And so what, right? It's you're taking yourself there. You're taking action, and you're showing yourself as a real person. The next time, you think that you should talk to someone on Twitter because you admire them and you want to connect with them somehow, do it. Don't think I'm going to do it tomorrow and eventually I'm going to be prepared for that. We're never prepared for anything. You just, it's all about the actions. And I joked this. So yeah, that's Bossa. They already talked about it. And to me, it's about also asking the questions to yourself to say, look, if I'm not happy right now with what I'm doing, it's like, do I want to start a business? Do I want to become a game designer? Do I want to be a producer? It's like, what is the thing that you want to change right now? Because those questions are very important, because your life is the compounding result of all the actions you take, right? It's it. That's it. That's all we have. It's all about our actions and things that we create around us, and the little futures that you create for yourself. So take action. And to me, it's the interesting thing is about embracing this feeling of unease, right? Because it's like something inside you that you're like, I don't know what's going to happen on the other side of action. What's going to happen if I jump? You don't know. It's tough. But I think when you do, you realize that the other side of the action is magically rewarding. So it's really, really worth it. That's it. Thank you.